the thing is I would say the majority of what you see online is coming from men
Yes.
is that marriage is not really a benefit for men, and most of the benefits are really for the woman. So if you were speaking to a young man who's considering marriage, right, but still is looking for other options, could you tell him like what would he be missing out on if he decides to forego marriage?
I would say I complete my husband. I'm an asset to my husband. My husband and I build together. I know in 2023, a lot of we hear is all about money and marriage being a business. See, I don't see it that way at all. To me, now my marriage has a business aspect to it, where we own a business, we make money, we budget, and we do certain things. But the covenant and the promise that we've had and the commitment that we've made is real.
You said something big, because I think that was the light bulb that really went off for me personally. When you say it's a woman that you can build with, that's, I think, one, for me, that meant that was like 85% of why I say, you know what, this here is why I need to do it. Because first, as a man, I'm just a man that likes to build in general.
Okay.
And the reality of it is, with a lot of these casual relationships with women, you're not only are you not building anything, you're risking everything when you bring these women with not much stake into your life. So when we talk about what this woman looks like, let's really break that down for my fellas, because I really think it's important for us to break down. So, because I don't know if guys trust their own discernment at what it means to bring a woman in your life that you can build with, right? So what does a woman that you can build with, that's an asset, what does she look like?
I think what that woman looks like is a very cooperative woman. But I also think it's a person that's very serious about being a wife and knows exactly what a helpmate looks like. Because a helpmate to me is someone who says, I know I'm here for a purpose, and that purpose is my husband. My husband has a plan, and I am going to help him with that plan, no matter what it looks like, or no matter what it takes to do. Because we are God-fearing. Now, I'm not talking about criminal behavior. I'm talking about God-fearing man. We are following the principles and we're following the principles of God. So as a helpmate, I'm gonna do whatever this man needs me to do. That's what a wife looks like. And however that's playing itself out, then that's what I need to do. But we are following my husband's plan. And guess what, y'all? He actually incorporated me in it. So I have things I need to take care of also.
That's what you said right there is so key, because that is the fear about submission, that a man is just going to be on my neck and dominate me, and I'm going to have to do whatever he says.
Wow.
My husband, listen, I don't want to carry what Shannon carries. Don't want to do it. But I tell you what, when Shannon makes decisions, Shirley is considered. This isn't just about what he wants.
No.
You understand? But he is the one carrying that decision. Why do we want to take that place? Why do we want to sit in that seat? That's just when we talk about feminine energy, that's not even feminine energy. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I had to because that's so key.
He's taken on a wife. So he had to have seen that at some point in time prior to say, okay, now I have a wife. I'm going to incorporate her into this plan. This is what my wife needs to do. And I just happen to think that we kind of balance, we add two men in that way. We add a balance. Whatever if it's truly a marriage, whatever he's lacking, we're actually picking it up.
Absolutely.
We have strengths, and where he may be a little weaker, I'm stronger in that area. So I'm feeding into him, and the same for myself.
As we talking about evaluating this young lady, how do I know? How do I know? Because another fear, I don't know if men fear marriage as much as they fear divorce, right? I think that's even a bigger fear for my guys. Because, as it just seems, when a divorce happens, I mean, not only is the family ripped apart, I'm sure it's emotional turmoil on the young lady that in that situation, the fellas are just like, yeah, we lose and we take the biggest brunt. And whenever that happens. So how or what can a man look at when evaluating a woman to know that when things get hard, right? And this is a man that means well, but when things get hard, she won't necessarily just pick up and run, but she'll try to stay and fight. Is there anything that you can look at and evaluate to see if somebody really got that dog in them, that fight in them, where they gonna really ride this thing out and obey the covenant and really stick in versus just running out when things get a little tough?
I would say she has to be a woman that is putting in 100% in everything. Money, time, all of it. One pot. If she has a job and she's working, she brings it home and she puts it in one pot with her husband. He brings his home and puts it in one pot also. But the most important thing, I think, in those conversations that are leading up to marriage, there's no talk of divorce. We in this for life. We're actually going through and talking, and speaking of the principles of being married. Why do you get married? What do we want to do in our marriage? And divorce is never a topic. We're going in to stay in. Now we are young people tend to put up parameters or put up deal breakers. And I did it too.
Right.
Because that's just what we do. Because our egos be all up in there,
Mm-hmm.
and you might do that. But after time, that actually goes away when you are on the same page or playing with the person that you're trying to marry. You have to figure that out. You can't be this God-fearing man and you just got this woman who, is still wanting to spend or dedicated to 50% of her time on Instagram or whoever that was you mentioned. It has to be somebody that has the same exact interest and goal as you. If that is to be married and to be married successfully, that needs to be communicated, and you need to actually see what her communication would be to you in that area. If it's like, well, if you don't mow the grass, or if you don't help me clean the house, or if she diminishes your marriage due to the fact that she needs help cleaning the house, or vice versa, whatever, that something minimal like that, then that's immaturity. We're not ready to be married. Being married is such a grown-up thing to do. I mean, I can't let y'all know enough that it's such a grown-up thing to do. It's so selfless. It's these little things that go on in the world. You have to look so far over it that it doesn't even affect you in order to stay married. Now, some would say, well, that doesn't sound like a good place to be. Actually, it's very gratifying, because think about it. Do you really need to worry yourself about these things that go on in the world? Do you really know? There's some things we don't need to know or have to know what goes on Instagram. We don't.
So just to confirm, because you gave us a couple things in there. A, we need to be making sure that this person is not talking about divorce.
Both
right? That's
individuals. That can't be our conversation going in. And we got to, first thing, 100% both people.
100% both people. Divorce is not a conversation.
It's not.
And it's a certain maturity level.
Yes.
That you need to be looking to discern when evaluating this person. Because I think we all know, you've all probably dated somebody that's just petty as hell.
That's what I'm talking about.
Small things become big things. Certain conversations they might have, or you hear the conversation choice, their palate is just immature. Their thinking is just immature. And I think that is something really good to, mention, because that's something that you might look over, really look over immaturity in that way.
Well, when you're talking about marriage, marriage is like the most important relationship you have outside of God. That's the most important thing you're going to do. So how can it be reduced to cleaning the house? How could it be, I'm mad today? This is a person that is y'all are becoming one. This is yourself. We got to see it for what it really, really is. And it takes a very mature mindset to see that. I mean, you grow into it, but you got to learn to grow into it. It just can't be. And the most important thing, though, you were leading there, is the communication piece. When things are not good, when you don't feel good, or when you're going through that growing pain because you didn't get it coming into marriage, because you will have them. There will be some petty times or some selfish times. I really wanted that new car. I really wanted them red bottoms, and you just can't get them. You're going to pout. This is a little bit off, y'all, but it was one story a young man told me. My wife got mad at me because I couldn't get her hair done this week. Okay, it wasn't a deal breaker, but really?
Right.
Stuff like that. You can't, some people get tired of that. They will. But you have to learn on both sides that this is not, we're not reducing our marriage to this, because it's bigger than this. And you got to get into the purpose of the marriage and how you want it to look. But communication is the major thing, because we got to talk our way through those times when I'm feeling selfish, or when I'm feeling picked on, or when I'm feeling you were wrong, or you talking too loud to me, or I'm feeling disrespected, or things of that nature.